I've used a lot of BASF paint and clear. What is your favorite system and why? I mean, I don't think I have a favorite. I mean, I do like DuPont paints. They make good paints, and I do like Sherman Williams makes good clear coats. I do like PPG base coats. I like their cheaper brand, Omni. If you guys are on a budget. Um, so it's whatever your budget is, I guess. I really don't have a favorite. I mean, if I was forced to have a favorite, I'd probably just go with PPG because I've been using it for a while. I like the paints, and that's pretty much it. I'm not like heart set on it, but there's always, to me, paint brands and clear coats and spray guns, they're like shoe brands. You're gonna test a couple different brands out, and then you're gonna kind of like your favorites, and then some new brands are going to start popping up, and you might kind of want to try a new version of a clear coat or base coat or a synthetic enamel system or acrylic enamel system, whatever, and you use it. I mean, paint is paint. Most of it is made of the same materials anyway. AIC is a good, industrial style single stage. Very glossy, dries very, very glossy. I painted the good van with this stuff. Flowed out very, very nice. So it depends. I've actually got some of this stuff from eBay, Restoration Shop, base coat, pretty good base coat. I haven't had any issues with this. Actually going to be painting one of my stupid RC cars with that purple base coat. I'm going to throw the paint in a little mini X16 spray gun, and I'm going to paint the underside of this, so you don't have to put clear coat on top of it. Right, your plastic is the clear coat. So we're going to go ahead and load up some base coat in my little X16, and we're just going to blast it from underneath with base coat, and it'll be a nice little purple truck. So I'll make a little video on this when I do it. Super simple stuff. Working on the underside of a truck bed, any thoughts on rust reforming type products for pitted metal? Yeah, absolutely. So what I like to use over rust is basically some undercoating. All right. So you could power wash the bottom, you could media blast it. If you could get under there with a DA or a wire brush, right? Just sand all the rust off, try to get as much of the loose rust off as possible, right? Clean it. You could hose it down if you want. It's really not going to do much. Let it dry really well. And then I like to use something called Tight Seal. I'm trying to look for it. Basically, it's just a paintable rubberized undercoating. You can also use, here it is. This stuff I get off of eBay. Good stuff. It's called Tight Seal. Okay, Autobody undercoating. And you could literally do, and it's paintable. You want the paintable one because they also have undercoating that is stays rubbery and it doesn't really dry. And if you rub on it, it'll get on you and it just sucks. You want to get the paintable, which dries. All the paintable versions dry. So you could put this on. It gives it a nice rubberized texture, and you could paint over it if you want. And I like to do wheel wells with that stuff. You could do frames. I haven't done my Chevelle yet because this is going to be next. But I actually did. The other thing you could use is Raptor Liner. Do I have any? I got some up there. Raptor Liner is a thicker undercoat, which you mix. It's a two-part, so you have to mix some catalyst, some hardener in it, right? And then you spray it on. I actually have that whole series in the VIP course at learnautobodyandpaint.com, where we take you through the whole process of doing undercoating. We did the Good Van project all underneath, and we did the front grille. Came out amazing. So you may want to look into those products. Do you think it's worth the money to buy a touch-up gun or just use my X27 with a narrow spray pattern and low pressure? It depends what you're painting. What are you looking to do, Chris? What are you looking to do? Are you looking to um w- I don't know why you would want to buy another gun versus just use your X27. I don't know what you're trying to do here. So give me some more information on what you're trying to do, and then I could kind of give you an idea. Door jambs and trunk area. Okay. Um, well, you could use the regular full size guns to do door jambs, but sometimes they're a little bit too big to get underneath the door jam and really kind of get in there. So you may want to get a smaller gun for that type of work with a bigger fan pattern. So what I like to do when doing door jams is I'll use my mini X16 spray gun with at least a 1.2 tip size. This is actually the actual gun right here. Okay. Which allows me to get into a door jam in tighter spaces because it's a more compact version. And you could get into a tighter space, and it's just so much easier in maneuvering um, with the smaller gun. So it's up to you. You could definitely lower your fan pattern narrower, right? And then work with this. Of course, you're going to have a bigger cup up here. It's going to be a little bulkier to get in, but you could do it. You know what I mean? When fixing a dent, do you grind the paint off to the metal or just rough it up and fill it with filler? Looney, are you VIP? I'm assuming not because we cover this in VIP. So if you have very shallow dents, okay, less than a quarter inch deep, okay, less than that deep, quarter inch or less, okay, try to pound it out as much as possible from the back or use a pin to get it out as much as possible, right? You could just scuff the paint up with 80 grit. You don't have to go down to metal. You can just scuff your surface up with 80 grit. Make sure has 80 grit tooth marks in it. And we show you all this in our VIP trainings. Then you could just put a skin of body filler on it, just like that, no problem. But if you know you got your putty knife, you could just scuff the area up, right? If you have a little dent that you just want to get rid of, and you could just kind of just put it on like that. But if it's anything deeper, you're going to want to go down to metal because you have to grind down to metal anyway to do your stud welding and pins and all that to kind of take out, um, you know, the dent. But then if you have a big area, you're going to want to put metal so your body filler really sticks to it really well. And then you could do your shaping with your 6-inch DA or your straight sander or whatever you're doing, and then you're going to get it straight as possible. And then you're going to put some primer on top of that, block it out, maybe put some not single stage, but 1K black guide coat, or you could just use primer as a guide coat. Doesn't the rubberized tend to trap moisture? Nope. If you get the rubberized, like the tight seal or Raptor liner, this stuff dries hard, and it's all you need. Look up this stuff: tight seal, Autobody undercoating, paintable, or the Raptor liner. It's great stuff. How much rubberized undercoating seal would be needed for the frame of a Suburban? Man, I don't know. I would pick up like 10 cans just so you have extra, but you'll probably easily go through 8 cans, 7, 8 cans, give or take. So yeah, maybe just buy a dozen, a box, a box of a dozen of these. I think they come in a box of 10 or 12. And the last time I bought them, I bought a box. I just forget how much came in a box. What's your favorite filler for application? Again, it depends on the budget. If you want to go high end, I like to go with Rage Gold by Evercoat. If you want to go on the cheaper side, I use this Platinum 3M, which is very good as well. Not a bad body filler. 3M Platinum Plus. It's a good, really good formula. Extra creamy, pinhole free, and lays on really nice. Side of my roof, even when the gun being upside down, not really, because your paint is not going to be, where it is. That's why it's important to use a um, side feed spray gun. And the side feed spray guns are very popular, right? It's a side feed. This is the Atom X9. I don't know if you can see it. Atom X9. So these are set up to where if you want to spray underneath, right, you basically just go like this. You set your cup up like this, okay, and you can be spraying upward underneath the car or inside underneath if you want to paint your roof. I don't know, is this kind of what you're kind of saying, right? And then your cup will be feeding your paint still, right? You're not going to be getting that close, but you can adjust it. You can adjust it and then spray underneath like this and still get paint flow. So, I don't know, you might want to check it out. Atom X9. Do you have to change the gun water filter each time you spray? Absolutely not. Like I say in VIP, in all of our trainings that we have at learnautobodyandpaint.com, I usually, one of these filters can last an easy 10 paint jobs, 8 to 10 paint jobs, complete car paint jobs. If you're doing touch-ups, probably 25 touch-ups. Okay, and these are like $5-6 each. Okay, then you just throw them out, change them out. This is a good insurance water filter, final before getting into your gauge, your regulator here, right? Your digital regulator, and then into your gun. All right, you always want to keep this wide open. Okay, and I might be making some new videos for YouTube as far as all that type of gun setup like that. But we cover a lot in the RADS paint formula. All right. Hopefully that selling cars at a dealership, I think those guys are having a little harder times right now. Well, I know because I have a friend who actually sells cars at a dealership. But the flippers are the guys who are doing pretty well. The flippers are the guys who do well because all these guys are you're getting good car deals. You are fixing them up if necessary, and then you're selling at a reasonable price range, under 10K, under 12K. People have that type of money to buy a secondhand car with, or their first car. But if you're, a lot of times in these times right now, guys are having people are having issues with, the high interest rates, people with their incomes and all that. So new cars are a little harder for guys to get at the moment. But always opportunity in the car flipping market. Absolutely 100%. So that's always going to be around. People need cars. People need shelter, cars, housing, food. Those are the main essentials that people need to survive. And, you are right. We are going through some pretty crazy hard times. That's why it's important for you guys to take your extra time and learn a different skill set. Learn a side hustle. Learn to sell something online. Start an e-commerce business. Learn to get into crypto trading. Learn to get into stock trading. Whatever it is. Like I literally just invested this Christmas. I've been playing with stocks and crypto for many years now, but I was never into like stock analysis and charting, charting stocks. And I actually just spent $5,000 on a trading program from one of these master traders online to basically learn charting and learn how to analyze the stock market and stocks through charts, because it's all, all the candlesticks and charts. That's all basically people buying and selling, the emotions of buying and selling, right? And I'm going through that. I'm doing pretty good. I've made 6 figures, trading on my own before that course with stocks, basically just buying and holding, into value stocks. But now I'm doing different things, and I'm also, I've been in crypto, but I'm still trading crypto. Literally, I just made $700 yesterday trading crypto. Not bad for one day, and tomorrow the Fed speaks. So we're going to see the market's probably going to dump tomorrow. The Fed, doesn't want inflation. They want to keep everything depressed. So Mr. Powell is probably going to make the market take a crap again tomorrow. You know, and we'll see what happens. What is clear base coat? Clear base coat is like a blender. Okay. DBC 500 is a good color blender, clear base coat. That's what this is. Okay. So you basically mix this with reducer. You can put pearls, flake, a little bit of tint of candy, whatever you want with this stuff. And then you could spray it on. It's basically a clear base coat. Okay. It's a carrier. So it can carry a pearl or flakes if you want to do that. But you can also use clear coat as a carrier. Okay. I think clear base coats, this is good if you really want to follow a three-stage formula. If you're laying on a base coat and then you want to mix pearl or flake in here, you want to lay that on, and then you can put your clear coat on top of it. And this helps if you're concerned about goofing up and running. So if you run, it's to me, it's pretty hard running base coat. But if you do run base coat, you can kind of fix it during this stage. Because the other cheat way to add flake or pearl in a carrier is to just put it in clear coat. And that's what I like to do a lot of times. Because it's easier. You know, your first coat of clear, you could just add some flake. Second coat of clear, you just lay it on thick, just clear coat, or you can still have some flake in it and just lay 2 coats of clear with mini flake, and that's it. You're done. Lays on really nice.